Alright guys, welcome to Have a Drink and Paint. Tonight we are going to be dipping a toe into the Nic Cage scenario. I've been putting it off because I've been wanting to do kind of a iceberg video about Nic Cage and all of his movies because he's just got so damn many. But I just kind of couldn't help myself. I wanted to do this one. This is going to be Drive Angry. It was in 2011. Has Nic Cage, Amber Heard, William Fichtner. I don't know how you say it, but he plays the accountant. He was in quite a few other shows and movies. Yeah, David Morse plays one of his friends, and you'll recognize him from like The Green Mile. He was one of the guards, and very accomplished, very good actor. And yeah, there's a few others in the movie, but enough's enough. Let's jump into it. So I have my drink, pineapple juice and a gin. Not the best, but it's doing the trick. This isn't the first video I'm filming tonight, so I had a couple already. And I'm in a good mood. So let's do some Nic Cage. This is Drive Angry. That's basically what he does. So the movie starts out showing a car driving out of hell, basically, with the accountant doing a voiceover. After that, jumps into an immediate chase scene where these three guys are in a truck, or two guys and a girl are in a truck. Three guys are in a truck. And they're getting chased by Nic Cage in the car that was driving out of hell. And basically Nic Cage catches up with them, makes them flip the car, wreck, kills two of them, leaves the other one alive, tell them I'm coming for her. And that's pretty much it. Next thing you know, he's at a diner, middle of nowhere. They're in Florida. Nowhere, Florida, I guess. And there's a diner scene which is extremely, I don't know if I want to say the word, but it's very male, female oriented. Like, yeah, there's a few scenes like that throughout this movie, which is not really necessary, but it's there. Not sure whose idea it was, but it's there. So basically, he's at the diner. He asks for coffee. The waitress brings him coffee. She's flirting with him immediately. Nic Cage, this is. And talking about riding him and all this weird stuff, and he grabs her, makes out with her, and he's like, I told you I wanted sugar, and then just like lets her go and pours sugar in his coffee, and then disappears because the other chick walks out, and that's the one Nic Cage wants. Basically, Nic Cage hitches a ride with her. She drops him off at her trailer park where he can use a payphone. And she catches her boyfriend cheating on her. Tries to beat him up. He ends up beating her up. Nic Cage helps.
tell everybody what I caught you doing with my pink dildo.
And now they're on the run, pretty much. That's what it is. But he's chasing somebody, so he's after, what's his name? Billy Burke. He plays the villain. He's also been in a lot of stuff. What was that show? Zoo? Or The Zoo? I don't know. Anyways, he's been in some stuff. He's a good actor. I like him. He plays the villain of the movie, which is a cult leader. And, okay. So, they're on the run. They end up at a bar, get into a fight. They end up at a hotel. They both have their own friend. Not even sure how that happened. I'd have to watch it like 5 times to figure that out. But yeah, they have their own friends, and in the middle of being friends, they cult rushes in on Nic Cage and starts trying to kill him, so he ends up in a gunfight while he's gets tased at one point, and she seems rather happy about that. And all of this is happening in Oklahoma, by the way. So we went from Florida all the way to Oklahoma. And it doesn't make sense because they end up somewhere that's not near, like, anyways. They go to Oklahoma and have this whole scene. It's a full-on shootout. Pretty gory. I mean, the action sequences in this movie aren't bad. And Nic Cage definitely memes it up in this one. And this was kind of the start of his downfall before his comeback. Which, if you haven't watched any recent ones, you should definitely give them a watch. His new ones are much better.
I'm sorry I was such a saint before, and I'm such a prick now.
So throughout the movie, he's being chased as well as doing the chasing after the bad guy by the accountant. Which is basically a entity. He's not really a person. That'll get explained momentarily. And they end up in like a car chase scene, and he shoots him with this old-timey gun, and it barely grazes his cheek. So, yeah, after... So from here on out, major spoilers. Just so you know, if you haven't seen this movie, you should go watch it. Check it out. And here we go. So basically, Nic Cage has broken out of hell because his daughter joined a cult. And as we learn, hell isn't you reliving your pain, it's you watching the pain of your offspring and loved ones, I guess, is the point. So he's watched his daughter join a cult. Her husband was killed because she wanted to leave. The main guy, or the main villain, broke her leg with a tire iron because she wanted to leave. And then she had a baby. They came to take the baby, and then he tried to force her to fellate him, and she ended up biting it off. So they ended up like ending her and ripping her head off, apparently, was how that played out. So anyways, they have Nick Cage's granddaughter, and they plan on sacrificing her to give the main guy ultimate power and release hell on earth. And the accountant, after he figures out what's going on and why Nick Cage broke out, kind of starts to help him. And yeah, it just kind of goes in an awkward direction. But yeah, basically, at one point he gets shot in the eye at a church, and they confront each other and get away. There's a lot of back and forth. But by the end of it, Nick Cage ramps in a car and runs over like 40 people, shooting another 40 with a shotgun. And yeah, just kind of does a whole badassdom moment for Nick Cage. So at the very end, he ends up using the God Killer, which is the old gun. He stole it when he ran out of hell, broke out of hell. It's a God Killer, so there's no afterlife when you get killed by this thing. It's just, you're gone. Of course, he ends up taking out the bad guy with it. And earlier in the movie, he mentions, I don't want a beer till I get to drink it out of dude's skull. And so, guess what happens at the end? He drinks a beer out of the dude's skull. Gives his granddaughter to Amber Heard, which has been by his side throughout the whole movie, just for no reason. Like, just because she wants to, I guess. It's very odd. But yeah, that's basically about it. There's not much more to it than that. A whole lot of driving, a whole lot of shooting and gore. So, definitely worth a watch. You just definitely got to keep an open mind while watching this one. Like I said, I want to do a bunch more Nick Cages, but I kind of want to compile them all into one really big video. So if you guys would like to see that, leave me a comment down below. As I said in the last vid, which I also shot today, I will be doing Mother's Day stuff next weekend to celebrate Mother's Day. Probably a painting and a video of some sort. I haven't figured out what yet, but we'll do that soon. And well, hell, I appreciate all you guys for subscribing, hitting the like button, turning the notifications on, doing all those fun things. I've enjoyed my drink. I hope you enjoyed yours. We'll see you next time. Have a drink of paint. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys.